come from Corbett Foundation. I'm working as a deputy director, and I'm based in Kaziranga in the northeastern part of the country. And we have a beautiful forest, Kaziranga National Park, and it's also a tiger reserve. So I will just speak about the socio-economic assessment of one of our activities which we are undertaking for the last 4 years. And it's not an experiment, it's actually our social life that we have been leading for the last 5 years. So please relax and follow the story. Human-elephant conflict is a very complex social process, and it has been very well documented. We all are aware about various dimensions of the conflict when space and time is shared by elephants and human beings together. And the impact, generally it is looked upon only human beings, but the impact on elephants is as serious as on human beings. Communities around Kaziranga National Park in India, which faces human-elephant conflict, is mostly manifested in agricultural fields. It's very seasonal in character. It takes place around paddy season, mostly during winter, from November to February or March. It occurs mostly at night. And these characters are very site-specific. So I'm talking about southern part of Kaziranga National Park. If we drive 100 kilometers away, then the characteristic will change. And long-term conservation of elephants is compromised because of this increasing trend of conflict. If the conflict is not addressed in time, then the tolerance for wildlife will decline. It has been well documented. And therefore, the Corbett Foundation has initiated a project called Human Elephant Project, and the aim is to mitigate human-elephant conflict. As I said earlier, the objective is to assess the socio-economic changes which comes in the village's life because of this project. Actually, this is not a study which has been designed to get a result. This has come up as we have progressed with the project, and the project has been refined over a period of last 4 years. This is my study area. As you can see, that's our country, and Assam is one of the states in the northeast India. And Kaziranga National Park is a World Heritage site. We have more than 1,000 elephants, around 2,500 rhinos, roughly more than 2,000 Asiatic wild buffaloes, some 40,000 hog deer. There are eastern swamp deer, around 1,100. And it's a very important biodiversity hotspot in our country. So as you can see on the southern side of the park, there is a red line which indicates National Highway 37. And down further south below the red line is natural highlands called Karbi Anglong Hills. So a lot of animals, they move down to the hills throughout the year, and more so when it gets flooded. So there are 9 established corridors from where these animals they move, and during that process there is very heavy crop breeding. Those dots you can see, those are our study sites, and those are practically paddy fields where the conflict is mostly manifested. So what we have done, like we did a survey in 22 villages, and we wanted to know what people perceived about the problem and what they thought would probably solve their challenges. And we made changes in an approach which generally villagers use. They use a lot of lookout points, which locally they call tongi, and a family will make a lookout point in the paddy field, and from there they will look at for the elephants which are coming, and they will try to chase them away. So we established such 120 lookout points. Out of that, we selected 40 for a quick survey to understand what kind of impact it was making in their life after running the project for 4 years, which is ongoing project actually. And mostly like we wanted to assess what kind of changes were happening in crop loss, and what was the economics of lighting fire in paddy fields, and whether farmers were reinvesting their additional income, and how their social life was changing. See, these are the tools which the farmers are actually using. what we noticed that there is no practice of using chili powder, beekeeping, whistles, thunder flashes, and tobaccos. So when we came to know that these practices are not being used, we tried to find out actually why they were not being used. We didn't introduce them in that area, rather than that we interacted with the farmers, and somehow we came to understand that these were not practically feasible, and that's why locally they have not been using. But then the other things which they were using, there was a scope for altering those things a little bit, and then probably we could make some difference. So I'll show actually what we have done with that. But before that, let's look at these findings. So the first one, which is indicated in red, is has the human-elephant conflict declined in the last 10 years in your area? 78% of them, they say no. And 73% had an access to a watchtower, which I call lookout point or tongue. So 27% of the population didn't have them. So if that 27% is empowered with a lookout point, and then 73% and plus that 27% is empowered with a powerful torchlight, that could change their ability to drive the elephants away or stop them from entering into paddy fields. And it's interesting to know that 84% of them, they patrolled their paddy field throughout the night. And patrolling means like all the adult male members of the family would be in the paddy field all over the night. So these images show some of the traditional tools. Like the first one you can see, it's a very sharp object, and this one is used when the elephant has come very near and they have to drive them away. They will throw it on the elephant. It's very, very harmful. Some of the elephants may sustain injuries which can be fatal also. But at the same time, what we have seen that actually using these tools brings them in direct contact with the elephants, which risks the life of the villagers. The third image, you can see there is a tin box which has got used engine oils which villagers buy from the highway, the trucks flying on the highway, and they wrap them along some wooden clothes and they will burn it, use it as a lighting mechanism, kind of fire. This is what a lookout point looks like this farmer has his lookout point alone in the paddy field. It's not related with the positioning of other similar chongis. And in the back you can see the Corbett hills, and the elephants, they would be going from the forest to the Corbett hills, but in non-migration season they will be coming to the paddy field only to feed on the paddy. And it is not as if there is not enough fodder in Kaziranga National Park. It's very heavily forested. There are very good grasses for elephants. There is enough food material, but the elephants are attracted by the smell and fragrance of the ripening paddy, so they would be naturally coming into their areas. Now, this is one of the images when our project was in initial phases. We were trying to phase out that lighting thing where they will be burning a lot of fuel, and we were also in the process of phasing out the sharp objects, but at the same time we had equipped with torch lights. At present, right now, no villager is using that chemical burning of the engine oil, and the sharp objects use has been stopped by the villagers. But this was in the middle of the project when we were still doing. Now you can look at the changes that we have made in their traditional lookout points. Actually, they used to have a small structure, 6 by 4 feet, and in that they would occupy 2 or 3 people from the same family. So every male member of the family has to be in the paddy field all night. Whereas now we have modified it, we made it bigger, 10 feet by 12, and we made it a community effort. So every farmer doesn't need to be present every day. So they can take a roster and some members from different families will come. So 6 members from 6 different families will come. So, and then placement. So we have mapped the area from where elephants are going, how they are moving, and accordingly the lookout points have been arranged in relation to each other so that the impact of pushing the elephants back will be enhanced. Yes. And now they are able to communicate through use of mobile phones. This image shows it's very important to study the routes from where they are coming. So elephants and rhinos, these tracks are by those elephants and rhinos coming into the villages. This is how the community has been involved. involved in making their lookout points, so they contribute the bamboo and the labor, and we contribute rest of the materials and the powerful torchlight. This is what it looks like, but all the structures are not same. They would differ in their design depending on the location of the farm. This is a powerful torchlight which farmers there are using. There was a video, I don't know why it's not playing. Yeah. So with the use of that powerful torchlight, the elephants will go back without them coming in direct contact with the villagers. There is a substantial increase in their annual income. The crop protection has gone from roughly 52% to 84-85% at the moment. But still, elephants are getting 15% of the food available in the agricultural fields. And this is the annual income of the family is really $797, which used to be, it has gone to $1271. And this is the figure, I mean, with $1271 a family has to run the entire year. There will be some additional income because there are many tourists visiting the area. And with that comes extra time. So when we asked the villagers, they said that 1/3 of them they are spending their time teaching kids, whereas the remaining people are going for recreational activities and socialization, whereas around 10% of them they were busy in additional jobs to secure more money. And they are saving their money on using firelights, so that comes around $834 for 40 lookout points that we have studied. These are the results. Overall, their social well-being has improved, and there is reduced fear of conflict. So we believe that traditional methods of human-elephant conflict will be modified, and crop guarding can be made into a community effort which will ensure social well-being of villagers throughout. And based on this, we strongly recommend that socio-economic status of every mitigation measure should be assessed before it is implemented. And we will have to study actually whether these changes translate into more tolerance for wildlife. That is beyond the scope of our study at the moment, but we'll be looking into that in future. Thank you very much. Thank you, SCB, for allowing me to speak here. Any questions?
Thank you. We have time for one question. No one? Okay. Thank you.